Hey, George here, and today I want to show you how to make an eye splice in three-stranded line. This is nylon. It's going to be a dock line for my boat. So, I'm not going to be putting a thimble in. It's going to have an eye that'll go over a cleat. I'm trying to figure out how to do this where you can see it. Okay, so you're gonna figure out how big you want your eye. You're gonna put it. I'm gonna put mine here, and you need to have enough tail left on your end of your rope so that you can have at least 5 tucks in nylon line because it's slippery. In natural fibers, they have a lot more friction in the line, so you can get by with 3 tucks, 3 tucks, and then taper it. In this line, I'll be doing 5 tucks and then taper it. So I'm gonna give myself some more. Just better to have more than what you need than not have enough, right? Okay, so to begin with, I'm not gonna mark it. I'm just gonna try to remember where it's at. All right, so I taped the end before I cut it, so that it wouldn't. Put some tape on the rope before I cut it, so that it wouldn't just go away on me, just unravel. Take that off. I'm working on my presentation skills here, so it's probably going to be pretty unpolished. Get a little piece of tape. This line I have here is I bought online, and it's a cheap material. It's pretty strong, but it's very loose, and it'll come unraveled on you pretty quick. As long as you keep it where it doesn't chafe on anything, it holds up really well so far. I'm not a video guy. This is not going to be edited. It's not going to be smooth and pretty. It's going to be real time. And I'm probably going to do better if I take my time and don't mess up. Okay, so now I'm going to unlay, because these 3 strands, that's what's called is that they lay together, so I'm going to unlay them. If you want to lay them back, you can see a demonstration of lay. They lay amongst each other. If you put a little twist and turn them, they lay amongst each other. Okay. Anyway. Alright, I need to turn this over. So on 3-stranded line, it's got a twist to it, right? This is a right hand twist. If I turn my right hand this way, it goes up the line. Right? If I do it this way, see, that's opposite. That's the left-handed twist. So this right-handed twist here, and when I go in and I put my splice on a short splice, which is an eye splice, I don't know another way to do it. What you're going to be tucking back in is going to be on a left-handed twist, so it's going to go counter to these strands. Not sure if that makes sense. So you can see it. Okay, so these lays are coming up at a diagonal like this, and when I put my strands in, it's going to go across it like that. Okay, it's not going to come the same direction, right? It's going to go across it. Alright? Okay. See if we can do this here. So I like to lay these out. It helps me because getting started is the hardest part. Right? So, you got your 3 strands, you got your eye. you're going to lay these out to where this one comes on top. This one's going to come back over here. You're going to take your middle one on top, right, and go in where you want your eye to meet. Okay, so I'm going to twist. See how that twisted out of there? It was like this. You just twist it, and you pop up, open up the rope. So I'm going to put this in. And I'm going to just pull it up tight and give it a little twist right there. Not enough. I'm not going to pull it enough to where it disfigures the rope. Okay. This one is here. Okay. Trying to make sure you can see what I'm doing here. So my middle one goes in. My middle one went right through there, almost perpendicular. The one to the left of it is going to come over the one that it went under. See that? No, you don't. It's going to come over the one that it went under, and it's going to come under the next one. Well, it's not going to. Hopefully you can see it good enough for that what I'm saying makes sense. Not real confident in that, but that's what it's going to be. Now you take your line, you have your first one that went in and came out. The one that was to the left of it went to the left of that one, and it went over the one that it came under here, and it went under the next one. Okay? Now I'm going to take my eye splice and I'm going to turn it over. Okay? And this one that's left, remember, it's not going to come the same direction as these lays are. So it's going to come around. It's going to come around the last one and then back under it. See that? It went around this last one and back under it. See, it came just like this. It goes around it. It looks weird trying to do this in the camera. It's round and back under it, so that it's gonna go up that line with a left hand twist, counter to the right hand twist of the body of the line. Okay, so that is one tuck. That is one tuck. And you check it after you do your first tuck. Stop and check it. Okay, so I've got 3 lines coming out, 3 strands coming out from under the 3 strands that are in the body of the rope. Each one coming out from under a different strand. And if you look at this endwise, you can see that they come out at 3 different angles, right? The 3 equal angles coming out. Okay, same space down the same place coming down the rope, right? Alright, so now that's the hardest part. Once you've done that part, you've got this eye splice whooped. The next part is you just go over the pattern. It goes, this one is going to come over the next one, and then under the one after that. Alright? See how these strands come apart. This is really loose, but if you pull it and twist it, it goes back together. So I did that one on top, turn it, do this one over, under. Okay, now I'm going to turn it back. Do the last one, over, under. Now in some lines, after you do 2, the 3rd strand that's on the body of the rope likes to bury down in there. So you have to like dig it out, figure out which one it is, and dig it out and get it right. But this rope is easy to splice. It doesn't do that. So anyway, third one. So that's 2 tucks, right? 2 tucks. After you do a tuck, look at it. 3 strands coming out of 3 other strands. Rope coming out, strand coming out, strand. Strand coming out, a strand. Strand coming out, a strand. All at the same place down the line. Make sense? I hope so. Alright, that's the pattern. Over, under. Do all 3 of them. Never do the same one over, under, over, under, over, under. You'll mess it all up. Do 1 strand, over, under, turn it. Do the next strand, over, under, turn it the other way. Do the last one, over, under. And that'll be a completed tuck. And then you check it. Doesn't hurt to check it. Alright, so that's the pattern. That's 2 tucks. I'm going to go ahead and whip out another 3 tucks. Over, under, turn it. Over, under. Turn it. See, this is where it can be confusing. Well, is it this one? Is it this one? Well, you gotta look. Well, the one you're looking for is going to be coming down from the body of the rope, and most likely at this point it's going to be less frazzled than the one that you've been moving around. Okay, so that's another tuck. That's 3. I'm going to do that. Turn it. Over, under. Turn it back. Over, under. That's 4. Over, under. Turn it. Over, under. Hee. Sorry, just a little bit goofiness there. Turn it back. Over, under. Alright, that's 5. I've been able to keep count. That's 5. You can do this. See how nicely it rolls it in together. Just kind of roll it, and on some stiff line. You can put it on the floor, put your foot on it with all your weight, and roll it around, and it makes it kind of mesh in together. Pretty. Alright, so that's 5 tucks. Technically right there, you're good. But I like for things to look pretty, so I'm gonna taper this line. Or at least I'm told I should like for things to look pretty. And you know, I'm always trying to improve, so this is what I'm going to do. After 5 tucks, I'm going to take half of those. I'm going to take this strand, and I'm going to take what I think is around half the yarns. I'm going to try to twist this back together. You can't see. Try to twist this back together. So what I've done, what I'll do is I've separated out half the yarns in this strand. Maybe I'm saying all that terminology correctly. I hope so. And I'm just going to cut them off. Okay. And I'm going to do that on all 3 of them. This is why maybe I'm not so good at doing things correctly or pretty, making things look pretty. Because it takes time to make things look pretty. Sometimes I just want to go sailing. I don't know why. I don't know why I can sit in a sailboat all day long, and it aggravates me to have for something to be in the way of that. see what I'm doing. My hands are in the way. Alright, so I'm just cutting out half the yarns on that strand. One more time. Now these do not twist. After you cut some of these yarns out, they do not twist back together very nice. Now you don't want to cut these right at the side of the rope, because what happens is they'll pull out of that last tuck. So you want to leave them a little bit, and then what you're going to do is at the end you're going to take your lighter or something and kind of fuse that so that they'll stay. Alright, so now you do the same thing. Over, under. You just have made the lay that you're putting through there a little smaller. So that's one. Turn it. Do the next one. I'll try to keep it halfway together. I've done this before where I didn't tape after I'm tapering it down, didn't tape the last little bit, and it works on some rope that's held together really well, but on this rope it just does not. So it'll turn into mush on me if I don't. Alright, so again I'm going to take half of it, cut it out. This way. So I've left three yarns in here. Over. And I'll leave that one. Alright. I'm just going to leave that off. Oops. Do the tuck with that. I'm going to say this will be the last one. See how hairy, yucky I can get? Okay, then I'm going to turn it this way. Over, under. And this one, over, under. Alright. See, starting here, here's where I started my taper, so that it just kind of gradually goes down, or at least more gradually than it would have if I'd have just chopped them off there. So now I'm going to cut these off. Don't worry, these are my scissors. They're not my wife's scissors. She's not going to get mad at me. Alright, now you got this. Pretty nice. And if your lighter works, you can just fuse the ends and get them down to where they won't pull back through. Another trick. Get my trusty Mardi Gras candle. My lighter will keep on enough to light it. Oh, come on. You can do it. Okay, so sometimes a candle works better. More sooty. I don't know if you can see that. Try to do it where you can see instead of me, right? A little harder that way. Come on, candle. Why are you going down on me? Alright. Three-stranded eye splice. Dock line ready to go on the boat. Thanks for watching.